rematch main event you've all been waiting for, the WBC Super Bantamweight Championship of the World. Scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. Introducing to you first, the challenger, fighting on my left out of the red corner. He's wearing dark blue trunks with white trim and fighting out of the All Heart Boxing Club in Quail Valley, California. His weight tonight is 122 pounds. His record, 18 wins, 4 defeats, 11 wins by way of knockout. He is the Forum Super Bantamweight Champion, ranked number 3 WBC contender. Welcome the challenger known as the Real Paul Banke. And his opponent across the ring on my right, fighting out of the blue corner, is the defending champion. Wearing light blue trunks with white trim and hailing from Mexico City, Distrito Federal, Mexico. His weight tonight is the same, 122 pounds, with a veteran record of 39 wins, 4 defeats, 1 draw, and 19 wins by way of knockout. Introducing the defending WBC Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, Daniel Zaragoza. The referee in charge now to give instructions, John Thomas.
Okay, fellas, you've had your instructions already. Is there any questions? Any questions? Okay, let's box.
John Thomas, the referee, and few men in the world have ever refereed more championship bouts. Zaragoza at 5'8" and Banke 3.5 inches shorter. The weights are identical at 122. The Zaragoza is 3 years older. He's got a 3-inch reach. They're ready to go for their second match within a year. They fought in June of last year, and it was, as the two southpaws come to the center of the ring, Zaragoza winning a 12-round split decision. There was one knockdown in the fight that was scored by Banke in the 9th round, and it seemed to ignite Zaragoza. Banke did not fight an intelligent fight by his own admission.
Well, after that 9th round, Chick, when he had his opponent down, the champion down, he thought this fight was over. But that's part of growing up. You don't have it. The fight is not over. You just begun the fight. You've got to learn to close escrow and take the fight to the title, to the champion. I'm sorry.
Zaragoza won the title February the 29th, 1988. He got it on a 10th round technical knockout over his good friend Carlos Zarate. This is his 6th defense of the 122-pound title. The last time he fought Banke, it was his 3rd defense. After that, he fought an over-the-hill Frankie Duarte, lovely man, but was no opponent at all for Zaragoza. And on December the 3rd, Chan Young Park lost a 12-round decision to Zaragoza as Banke keeps the pressure on in round number 1.
I think Paul Banke's fight plan should be out and box Zaragoza. Don't exchange punches, because Zaragoza's landed some bombs already in this round, Chick.
Zaragoza didn't get where he is without landing bombs. Ironically, he's one of the few great Mexican fighters. Oh, a good left hand scored by Banke, and Zaragoza hangs on. He's never received any recognition to speak of like the great favorites in Mexico. Most of his fights have been away from Mexico. There is a little cut, I don't know what it could possibly be from, on the right jaw of Banke. Maybe a lace on the glove or a piece of tape.
Well, you know, Chick, I was watching. It's a little bump. It looked like either a pimple or some kind of growth that just got opened up.
An exchange along the ropes. Banke at 26, 3 years younger. Some reddening around the right eye of Zaragoza, the champion. An uppercut by Banke. The The champion in the lighter blue trunks. Final 10 seconds of round number 1, and when the round is over, we'll take our cameras and microphone and visit Daniel Zaragoza. Good first round. Zaragoza, 29 years old, 68-inch reach.
Apóyate bien en tus golpes, principalmente los uppers y los ganchos. Cierra el ojo. Cierra el ojo. No, no tanto. No lo aprietes.
What do you say?
He said to sharpen up your punches.
Okay, let's see
Your
what the-
uppercuts and your left hooks and your right hooks, I should say.
Here's the corner of
Relax
Banke.
here. Don't be over anxious, okay? Mix them up. Nice round. That was our round.
I thought so.
He must be a judge.
I thought so. I thought that was his round.
You get through, slide out.
Zaragoza is married to Elsie. They've got Daniel Jr. and a little girl named Wendy. Banke has a fiance, not yet married.
Let it go, Paul. Let it
It's
go.
kind of a redundant statement. If he was married, she wouldn't be his fiance.
We have one judge from Mexico City.
Yeah, you do, and that's Arsenio Garcia. You got another one from Sacramento, Terry Smith, and yet another one from Honolulu, Kamahats Kamihara.
You know, Chick, and we've seen this done, and it's sad, but I think that for a title fight, there should be no judges from the same country of the two fighters in the ring. Because right away, you've got one mark against you.
So there's only one referee here, and from, I see what you're saying. You got one from Mexico, from which
Would favor
Zaragoza, and you got one from Sacramento, California. He, if you're going to use your expression, favored Banke. So they bring one from Honolulu to get a split decision.
That's right.
We don't really mean that, folks.
No.
We're just kidding. In the first fight, the scoring for Zaragoza was 117 to 110 and 116 to 110. Not very close. And for Banke, it was 115 to 112. So there was a great discrepancy in how those three guys saw the fight. The referee, John Thomas, does not have a vote. Banke ran into a couple of punches. He ran into 4 punches, in fact, right above us. Second round of a 12.
I don't think Banke wants us to go the distance. I think Banke wants to take him out, and Zaragoza doesn't want to go the
Zaragoza's
distance
doing
either.
a pretty good job of countering as Banke comes in.
You remember, Chick, when Paul Banke very first fought here, how quick of hands he was?
Sure do.
I wish he'd go back to that style of boxing, because he's fighting basically the same weight division, but he chooses to exchange punches.
Fine left hand scored by Banke. Banke, the aggressor, chasing Zaragoza around the ring. Zaragoza doing some good countering of his own. He hasn't defended the title 5 times without talent. This is his 6th title defense. The weight, 122 pounds. I'm Chick Hearn, along with Ruben Castillo.
Ouch. Oh, some great body shots.
All right, some action in the last round, and there was plenty of it to cover.
Daniel Zaragoza came strong at the end of the second round, so I think I gave him that round, so I've got it even thus far, Chick. 19 to 19. There you go.
Watch your head, watch your head. All right, let's go.
Both men with their names on their trunks. This is a good question that's coming to me. How often do you see two left-handers go against each other? It's a rarity, you know that.
That's right, especially for the title. It's not very often do you see this happen. Nor this much action. Look at this.
Zaragoza setting him up so that Zaragoza can do some counterpunching. But Banke is scoring a lot of points in the meantime. And Zaragoza gets off the ropes.
I think Daniel is starting to take off pretty slowly, Chick. He's waiting, he's posing too much, and he's giving Paul Banke the opportunity to get his punches off.
Zaragoza's punches, many of them being picked off on the peekaboo-style gloves of Banke. Good right hand scored by Zaragoza. Another one, and there's blood coming out of the nostrils of Banke, and lots of it. Zaragoza with the right hand, and Banke acknowledges it with a head shake. Right above us now. I don't think either one of them goes 12 rounds at this pace.
I don't know, Chick, but they're exchanging punches very well in this corner.
They sure are. But this is only the third round. That's why I make that statement.
They've got 9 rounds to go.
That's what I mean.
I don't think they want to go 9 rounds.
The fans are giving him a very appreciative round of applause. Two brilliant fighters. One the champion and the other hopes to be a successor. Good combination by Banke. Zaragoza's face looks like he's already lost the fight. But it looked like that when he came in. The only thing that's changed has been reddened by punches. About 20 seconds left. Banke again landing some shots. And Zaragoza getting some countering in of his own, and once in a while some lead punches. Oh, there's got to be some weariness. Chopping left hand by Banke. The round is over.
What a fight this is.
The crowd loves it.
Oh, what an ovation.
We're looking into the corner of the world champion, the WBC kingpin, Daniel Zaragoza, Mexico City.
You're going to see some great action in this round. First, you got Paul Banke.
They're going to, excuse me, I don't want to interrupt you. They're calling the doctor in for a reason that I do not know. The doctor has been summoned by the referee, John Thomas. And he's over in the corner now, Bernard Schwartz.
Not bad yet.
Okay.
Watch it close.
We should be listening to this conversation. Too late, it's over.
Ya te diste cuenta que están todos queriéndote joder.
Oh, it was a cut. There's a cut over the
Apóyate bien y
eye.
cámbiale a Opes porque esos ganchos que
Zaragoza.
estás metiendo son sólidos, pero ya te los resistió todos.
He says he landed some solid shots, but he sustained all of them.
Por dentro.
Now he wants him to work inside, work to the body.
Now, Banke in his first fight last June against Zaragoza did a little clowning, a little showboating, and just now he did some shadow boxing in his corner. John Thomas asked the man at the bell, "Did I hear you properly?" And he said, "Yes," and we go. Round number 4. The third round must have been a hard one to score.
It was a very hard one, but I gave it to Paul Banke. He landed more shots, and they were very effective shots.
So he's up by 1, huh?
By 1.
Good jab by Banke.
I think Paul's going to start working on that cut on the left eyebrow of Daniel Zaragoza.
I think he's got Zaragoza a little confused, and Zaragoza is going to have to fight for his life as well as his title.
Paul's going to have to capitalize on his hand speed, Chick, because he's much quicker fighter than Zaragoza. Look at that.
Look at those jabs by Paul Banke. Boom, boom. As he likes to be called, this is the real Paul Banke. The cut in the corner of the left eye of Zaragoza has not worsened. Right above us now, Banke with rights and lefts and counter punching by Zaragoza. More blood from the nostrils.
Paul's doing a good job of counter-punching, Chick. He's
Banke.
He's getting off his shots very, very well. He's got a bad taste in his mouth after that split decision loss to him back in June.
Banke is 26 years old. His opponent, 29. Professionally, this will be the 45th fight for Zaragoza and the 23rd for Banke. Of Banke's 18 victories, 11 by knockout. About a year ago, Banke beat the drug problems. Nice shot. He won the $225,000 Super Bantamweight tournament here at the Great Western Forum. Got $100,000 for it. Final seconds of round number 4, and Banke drawing the attention of the crowd.
Yes, I've got it scored 39-37 in favor of the real Paul Banke.
After 4 rounds. It appears that Zaragoza did not suffer any further injury to the cut outside the left eye during round 4. Banke has been the aggressor most of the fight. And that should not surprise you.
Oh, there's another cut, Chick, over the right eye of Daniel Zaragoza.
And is bleeding quite profusely, coming down to his cheek. It might be very near the eyeball, in fact. It's very close. And the referee, John Thomas, takes a close look and says, fight on. But between rounds, I think we'll probably have another look at from the doctor. It's bleeding more profusely as the seconds tick by. The champion is in trouble in more ways than one. Zaragoza, on the unofficial card that is kept at our broadcast desk, is behind, and he now has a cut outside either eye, and he suffers a sharp blow to the jaw. And the youngster Paul Banke moving in for what could be a possibility of wearing a championship belt for the first time in his life outside of the $225,000 Super Bantamweight tournament at the Great Western Forum. Zaragoza's eye is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen.
It's right in the eyelid, Chick, and that's the worst place a cut could possibly be.
Does not look good at all. And John Thomas is keeping a close look at it. He's trying to let the round end. We've got a minute and about 10 seconds left to go before the round will end. He wants the doctors to take a look at it. He could call timeout now and have them do that if he so desired. He's one of the most efficient and outstanding referees the game knows. Zaragoza fighting back. The blood now is streaming right down over the eyeball on the right side of the face of Zaragoza.
Chick, I can't believe I'm watching Paul Banke just pose. He's got him cut profusely, bleeding profusely, and he's just posing.
He did the same thing in the fight that he lost. But here he starts to apply some pressure, indicating that he might have hurt you with a transistor. Rights and left, Banke. Zaragoza fighting for his life and his title. We're in the final 30 seconds of the round. It's going to be interesting to see what the doctors say when they look at that cut. You can never tell just because there's a lot of blood, folks. It's where the cut is and what the prospects are of, lifelong injury.
Oh, Paul just got nailed with a left hand.
I'll say he did. Banke is hurt. What a great champion Zaragoza is. All right, over to the corner now as the crowd applauds Zaragoza. You got a brief look, and that's enough. I'm glad you didn't see any more of that cut. Here comes the doctor,
I think they can stop
Dr. Bernard Schwartz. Listen.
You what? I think they can stop the bleeding. I want to see it though.
Now, John Thomas, the referee, said to the doctor, I think they can stop the bleeding.
The doctor.
Huh?
He's lucky it's on the side right now.
Okay.
If it gets in the middle, Palmer will stop it.
All right. The judges didn't see it, so I didn't see it.
Now, what the man is saying to the referee is that it was a butt. That's very often a cop-out. Very often. And the referee very honestly said, I didn't see it, and neither did any of the judges. Let's go over to Banke's corner.
That's right. He asked the judges if they see the cut. I mean the butt.
Just at the end of the round, Banke was shaken up.
Although the cut is as severe as it is, I gave Zaragoza the round because he applied more pressure and landed more shots. Paul is posing too much, Chick.
So you got Banke leading.
Still,
Now the two fighters look at each other, hold their hands out as though to say, doggone it, I hope this thing doesn't get stopped by cuts. With the timeout call, there's a little confusion in the timing. So we're ready to go. The bell has sounded. We're in round number 6. A 2-point lead on the unofficial scorecard of Ruben Castillo. What do you got, 1 point?
Yeah, 1 point, 48-47. Paul's got to pick up.
He better not do any posing against this guy. There's 3 great shots in a row by Zaragoza. Outstanding punches with the right hand.
Just like you said earlier, Chick, those are marks of a great champion.
Yep.
Battered and bleeding and everything, he still come back with some good shots.
Remember, this is his 6th title defense. Not many guys can defend a title that much. Oh! Tag by Banke. So far, Zaragoza's taken everything that he's been handed. No knockdowns yet.
Oh, that cut is absolutely awful, Chick.
On the right eye of Zaragoza. They may have to stop this thing. There was no butt involved. The referee answered that question to the corner already of Zaragoza. And here comes Zaragoza back with a left hand. The two southpaws. You may beat Zaragoza and you may not. But I'll tell you one thing, you'll never have a bigger heart.
Never. This guy's only a 122-pounder. And he's got a heart bigger in his body. God, look at that cut, Chick. Unbelievable.
Right on the cut. The left hand landed right on that cut. We got 1 minute left in round 6. I'll tell you, the face of Banke is not unscathed. It's all puffy and a little bit of blood.
Chick, I don't think that doctor will allow this fight to go very much further. That's an awful cut.
We'll look at it again between rounds, that's for sure.
If Banke can stage a rally here, Chick, I think they'll stop it.
30 seconds left.
There you go. There's a right hand.
And another right and a couple of shots to the breadbasket. And Zaragoza takes a left right on the cut. Zaragoza fighting back. And Banke pursuing on the rope. That's just about the spot in the ring where he was knocked down in the fight in June. Zaragoza went down. Now there's a cut in the corner of the right eye of Banke. You can't have this kind of punching without getting cut, folks. At the end of the round, Zaragoza warily takes his mouthpiece out. The applause filling the Great Western Forum, and I think it's for both men.
I think you're absolutely right. They have fought their hearts out for 6 complete rounds.
They have not asked the doctors to come back in. Referee John Thomas has not signaled for a timeout to bring the doctor in. The doctor is standing on the floor outside of the ring and looking up. Listen.
You want to take a look at it? It's okay. It's okay.
I can't believe they say it's okay.
Okay, now, the referee, John Thomas, asked the doctor, do you want to take a look at it? Listen.
Down this way and not in the eye. It's not going in the eye. It's going down this way, okay?
Now, you heard him say what we told you, but he's closer to it even than we are, that the blood is not going in the eyeball. It's going down the cheek. And perhaps it's more gruesome looking than the cut actually is.
I think what's worse than the cut, Chick, is the puffiness in the left eye of Zaragoza. It's starting to get closed.
And I think the mental anguish of both the cut and the swelling of the left eye wears heavily on the mind of the champion. Good left hand again, and each time that Banke lands a left, he hits that cut.
He landed a great shot to the chin of Zaragoza. Paul's posing again, Chick.
He just caught a left hand in the middle of the pose. And Zaragoza ran into a right coming in. Zaragoza's nose was flat to begin with from pummeling over the years in the ring. Two minutes to go in round number 7. It's scheduled for 12.
I think Paul Banke's taking a lot of unnecessary punches. He's standing there straight up and down. He's a lot quicker than Daniel Zaragoza.
Since he lost to Zaragoza here in June, he has scored 2 wins in fights at Richfield, Ohio, the great stadium just outside of Cleveland. Neither man has or will, we don't think, deviate from his southpaw style. The trunks of both fighters are perspiration soaked. Pretty good shots by Zaragoza. He went to the body and then went head hunting. We're in the final minute of the 7th round.
Look at the face of Zaragoza, Chick. The cut is opened up on the left eye now of Daniel.
These fellas have to be in superb condition. They've been punching this way, folks, since the fight started just about 19 minutes ago. Seconds now on round 7. And blood coming out of the corner of each of the eyes of the champion, Zaragoza in the blue. And the seconds tick away and go into history.
You're not even breathing. Now you get your ass and keep getting the whole round.
He told him to get into it.
Yes, in more ways than one.
Here we go. Round number 8. What's the score?
I've got the fight score dead even, 67 to 67.
Now, this, ladies and gentlemen, is an unofficial scorecard. The last time they fought in June, many people in this building had Banke the winner. But the 3 judges had a split decision for the champion's defense, Zaragoza. Good pokes in there by Zaragoza. Banke better throw it in another gear. He's just standing and open this round. You come out soft in a round, the champion might catch up with you.
Yes, and you also get hit with unnecessary shots, Chick, and that's exactly what's happening to Paul Banke.
Zaragoza's won half of his 39 victories, to be specific, 19 by knockout. 1 minute gone, 2 to go in the 8th round of a 12. There have been times in this fight, and more than once, when this reporter didn't think it would go 12. Who knows? Sometimes we misjudge the toughness,
Let him go, Zaragoza.
the tenacity, the courage of these marvelous fighters.
All right, we're tied up. Let him go. Let him go. Hold him.
You know, as we talked about John Beirudi, the great rider,
Okay, that's it. That's enough.
here he's got on our sheets about how Paul Banke throws flurries from all angles. He has not done that tonight. He's only thrown a few flurries, and he's capitalized, but he's got to continue throwing punches. I guess you could say right now he's fighting the Zaragoza fight.
It's a pretty even round in the first 2 minutes. We're in the final minute of the round. Surprisingly, the cut, the more severe cut over the right eye of Zaragoza has not been worsened in this round. I don't think it's been hit in this round.
I don't think so either, Chick. Now Paul's going to start picking it up, I think. He's starting to throw more punches and land more punches.
Maybe his instructions were turn it on in the last minute of the round.
20 seconds!
I doubt that. I doubt that. This is a very even round. 10 seconds left.
Let him go.
Oh, look out! The bell had sounded. They didn't know it. They didn't hear the bell, either one of them. There's 12 minutes of boxing left in this round if it goes the distance. And it's very, very conceivable that the man that dominates the next 12 minutes will win the fight.
I think you're very, very right there, Chick. I've got it scored 77-76 in favor of Paul Banke.
You've got the challenger in front.
There are so many cuts on the face of Zaragoza. It's unbelievable.
Round number 9. In case you joined us late, this is a 12-round WBC Super Bantamweight Championship bout. The weight is 122 for each man. The crowd is shouting Banke, Banke. And I'm sure there's a lot of people here shouting Goza, Goza for Zaragoza.
Oh, there's a cut beneath the right eye now of Daniel Zaragoza.
That could be a real bad one. It looks very deep from here. But fortunately, below the eye, you're not very often going to get a fight stopped. On the rope, Zaragoza absorbing punishment here in round 9. And a different tempo to start the round by Banke.
He has come out very, very strong in this round. He's got to quit doing that. He's got to quit posing after landing those combinations. It's like swimming upstream, Chick. You do so well and just pose and let this guy start beating you. He's got Zaragoza's left eye nearly shut. He's got to be able to land those right hooks.
This is not an easy fight to referee, but the superior work of John Thomas has never been more in evidence. Right above us now. The champion getting in some shower and zone. And here's Banke fighting back. Zaragoza covering up. Zaragoza appears to be in trouble, but he fights off of the ropes. A left hand put him down.
In the 9th round, just like their last meeting.
In June, he knocked him down in the 9th. He knocks him down now. He properly answers the questions of John Thomas. And this could be a 2-point round unless Zaragoza can counter with a knockdown of his own.
Now let's see if Paul can capitalize again.
Legs are wobbly. Take it easy, Wood. Zaragoza says, come on, you're not going to beat me unless you knock me down. Boy, is he tough. Banke's hit him with everything but the ring post. The referee has to determine when a man cannot defend himself. That has not come into play at all yet. Zaragoza is defending himself.
He's awfully hurt, Chick.
I know it.
Those body shots have hurt him. He can't see. I don't think he wants to continue.
He's not going to be able to. That's it. He's out.
That's it.
Wait a minute. The winner is Paul Banke, the new champion. And the first to extend congratulations, put his arm around the champion, is the ex-champion, Daniel Zaragoza, whose face is a mass of blood. It is a portrait of how badly cut a man's face can be. Not in one place, in many places. The doctor comes to the side of the ring and asks Zaragoza, do you need my help? And Zaragoza says, no, I don't. I'm merely a beaten fighter. Let me get my senses together. He wants to walk by himself. He wants to think about Emily, his wife, and his kids, Daniel and Wendy. And he wants to realize that he made 5 successful defenses, and finally it came to an end. In the 9th round, Zaragoza went down the first time in the fight. And after he was down, he never fully recovered. His legs wouldn't respond to his brain. He wanted to get some positioning, but then he ran into some chopping rights and lefts, and down he went for the final time. But even then, he tried to get up. And for the knockout, Banke measured him and then caught him with a left, and that was it. And Zaragoza, though he went down, crumpled in the corner, like a wrapper off a stick of gum. You knew that he was going to get back up, mop his face, and then he asked to be alone as Banke celebrated the victory and the World Championship, the first time he has ever held such a title. This was a very emotional fight, ladies and gentlemen, and I just can't say enough about both men. That champion there went down in honor. Now, let's go to Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time. 2 minutes, 51 seconds in round number 9. The referee in charge, John Thomas, stops the contest. The winner by way of knockout, the new WBC Super Bantamweight Champion of the World, the real Paul Banke.
Paul runs his record to 19-4, his 12th knockout. He truly will be a good champion. And here is a guy that just a little over a year ago was floundering around in the drug scene.
I'm just asking for a fair chance. You know what I mean? I don't mind. I lost before. Nothing's wrong with losing. I can handle a loss, but I want to lose fairly.